A very good morning, 8th Standard. This is the discussion video of Block 18, the Union and State Executive. So, collect all your essential books, that is, content book, to see the practice and additional questions, worksheet to match the answers, and the notebook to check whether answers are done or not. I hope you have collected all these things. Now, open your worksheet S1 President. Here is the first question. Match the following powers and function of the president. I hope you had matched it correctly. A will go with C, B with A, C with D, and D with B. Okay, now come to the next question. Write five most important functions of the Indian president that, in your opinion, make him or her an important part of the union executive. The five most important functions of the Indian president that make him or her an important part of the union executive are: he or she appoints all important government officials, including the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. He approves all the bills. He can grant pardon to an accused person, and he is the chief commander of armed forces and can declare a state of emergency if security of the country is at risk. Now come to the question number third. Write three things that would be different in our country if we did not have a president. So you can write down your point of view. All the answers are acceptable. Here is the sample answer. If we did not have a president, there would be no one to approve the bill. There would no one there would be no one to head the armed forces and declare emergency in case of a lack of security in the country. Come to S2. The Prime Minister is the real head of the Union Executive. The Prime Minister connects President and the Council of Ministers. The Prime Minister is the leader of majority party. The Prime Minister distributes portfolios among the Council of Ministers. Now imagine you have become a Prime Minister of the country. Write five functions that you and your Council of Ministers will have to perform in the government. So if you were the Prime Minister, you will do the different things that I know, but you can write your own point of view regarding the function of the Prime Minister. Here is the sample answer that I will perform the following task along with my Council of Ministers. Head the Council of Ministers. It means I will lead the Council of Ministers. Advise the President on all executive matters. Distribute portfolios among the Council of Ministers, and supervise functioning of all the departments of the government. Now come to question number third. What is the most important function of the Prime Minister and why do you think so? Here also you can write your own point of view, but the most important function of the Prime Minister is to select and lead the Council of Ministers, as he or she is responsible for regulation and management of all the departments of the government. Got it? Now come to S3, that is related to governor. Given below is the list of powers. Write the ones that governor can exercise. So here is the answer that discretionary power, power to grant pardon to an accused, and power to put a bill on hold. These are the three powers governor can exercise. Now, here is the function of the governor in the graphic organizer. Governor is written. Now you need to write down the three functions. Governor can send a report to the president if he or she thinks that the state is not being running properly. In second one, appoints government officials including the leader of the majority as the chief minister. In the third one, approves the state budget, can pardon an accused. Got it? Now come to question number third. Why it is said that the governor is to the state executive what the president is to the union executive. So for this, you have read the block fully and you can understand that president and governor almost has the same type of functions. The governor and the president share similar powers at the state and the central levels, respectively. Both the governor and the president are nominal heads and are assisted by the chief minister and the prime minister, respectively. On all executive matters, both the governor and the president approve bills and can put bill on hold, grant pardon to accused, and approve the union and state budgets respectively. Here your worksheet is done. Now move towards the practice question. So here you can write down the correct answer. Choose the correct option. The president is the nominal head, and the second is B. Which of these officials cannot be appointed by the president? So members of the state legislative assembly, that is third one. Now what are the financial powers of the president? It is written clearly. I think you can write it by your own. Financial powers, it means that are related to the money, such as budget and for the expenditures. I hope I had given you the clue. You can write by your own. Explain in your own words the emergency powers of the president. Here also, what are the conditions in which president can um, put emergency powers? So all these conditions you need to write. Now come to the next. Prime Minister and Council of Minister. Question number 4. True, false. The Prime Minister appoints the state governors? No. The Prime Minister links the Council of Ministers and the President? That's true. The Council of Ministers is independent of the Prime Minister. That is also not true. That is false. Now, what are the functions of the Prime Minister? Here also you can write down the functions of the Prime Minister, that is directly given in your book. Take help, read it and write it down in points. Okay. Now question number 6. Who do you think is more powerful, the president or the prime minister? Give reason for your answer. If you are writing the president or the prime minister, please give your logical answers. Got it? Now come to question number 7. Matching. Executive power appoints the chief minister. Always remember, in the executive power, appointments are being done. Now come to the B1, legislative power, that is D. All bills need his or her approval. Financial power approves the annual budget. Judicial power can grant pardon to an accused. Now write one difference between the power of the president and those of the governor. So the powers of the governor are similar to those of the president except for the emergency power. The president can declare a state emergency in the country as well as in the individual state under certain situations, which the governor cannot. The governor can only send a report to the president if he or she thinks that the state is not being governed properly. Based on the governor's report, The president can dismiss the state legislative assembly or the council of ministers of the state. In that case, the state comes under president's rule. Got it? I hope you understood it. Now, question number 9. According to you, what is the most important power of the governor? And why do you think so? Here also you can write your own point of view, but here is the sample answer. The most important power of the governor is that he or she can send a report to the president if he or she thinks that a state is not being governed properly. Based on that report, president can enforce the president's law. Got it? Now come to the question number 10. The chief minister and the council of ministers are independent of each other. Do you agree? Give reason for your answers. I think no. The chief minister and the council of ministers are not independent of each other. The chief minister assigned or reassigns the portfolios among the ministers. The chief minister oversees the functions of various ministers. On the other hand, if any decision needs to be executed, it happens through the joint effort of the chief minister and the council of ministers. The chief minister and the council of ministers are collectively responsible in the legislative assembly. I hope you understood it. Now move towards the additional question. Here are the additional question. Fill in the blanks. I hope you have done it. First one is president, B is governor, C is prime minister, and D is president. Now, question number 2. Make a list of functions of the chief ministers and the council of ministers. Here, the direct answer is being given in your book also, but for your convenient, I am just telling you the answer. Use your own language to write down the answers. The chief minister advises the governor and heads of the council of ministers. He or she distributes portfolio among the ministers. He or she addresses session of the cabinet. The council of ministers along with the chief minister is collectively accountable to the legislative assembly. Now, question number 3. If you were the president and had to declare a state of emergency in the country, what would be the possible reason for your decision? This question is matching with your practice question in the emergency function of the president. So, need not to write it two times. Write down both of the question in the same place and write down the answers below it. Now, come to the question number 4. Of the chief minister and the governor, who is the more powerful and why? So the chief minister, according to me, the chief minister is more powerful than the governor, as the chief minister is the real head of the state government. Although the governor has many important functions, the chief minister and the council of ministers are extremely powerful. The governor needs to act on the advice of the chief minister. Got it? Now come to the question number 5. Which of the statements are incorrect and why? So the first statement is not right. The governor can declare a state of emergency in the state. No, this power is only with the president. The president can declare emergency, not the governor. B and C are correct. D. The prime minister can demand the resignation of the president if needed. No. President cannot be removed easily from office by anyone. The only thing, he can be removed from his place by impeachment. Now, come to the question number 6 And the last question, draw a Venn diagram, write the difference and similarities between the powers of president and the governor. So here you can you can form two circles making the Venn diagram. The president has the emergency power, but the governor does not have. Similarities. Both the president and the governor appoint the prime minister and chief minister respectively. Among other officials in the center and state, no bill can become a law without the approval of the president for the country and the governor for the state. Both the president and governor can pardon or dismiss the sentence of an accused. I hope you understood it. Please match your answers properly. And from the next block, we are giving the bonus question. For that bonus question, you will not get 4 days. That bonus question will end on the same day. So be ready for the answers to give on the same day. Got it? I hope you understood the block. You have done the required changes. Use your own language to write down the answers. Thank you and have a nice day.